Today we have with us Professor Shirley Congdon, who is the Deputy Vice Chancellor here at the University of Bradford. Welcome.
Thank you.
First question I want to ask you is, how do you work with the sabbatical officer at the University of Bradford?
Yeah, well, in my role as Deputy Vice Chancellor, I'm responsible for the oversight of the quality of the student experience and the quality of the teaching provision, which includes sort of the delivery of the teaching and marking and feedback and how students sort of enjoy their time in classrooms. And also, I'm also responsible for the PGR students and the research aspects of the university. So that means I've got to work really closely with the sabbatical officers because they play an important role in obviously representing the student body and really helping us to understand the student experiences, what the students find enjoyable, what the students find challenging, how they think we could make a difference to enhance our programmes. And not just the programmes, but also sort of the off-campus activities that we can support for students. So that means it's really important to keep a very good working relationship with the students' union.
Do you ever hear any sort of surprising things that students might suggest?
I do. Well, the surprises never stop coming in some respects because students will always challenge positively, and sometimes the challenges are addressing real issues. So I was just talking to one of your colleagues earlier who works in the Students' Union, and I was telling her that when I first became really involved in the student experience was when I was the Pro-Vice Chancellor for Learning and Teaching. And somebody said to me, did I know that the postgraduate research students weren't very happy? I said, well, I had some feedback that there were some issues, so I decided to hold an open meeting with the PGR students, and I would say probably about 100 students turned up, and they had a lot to say about their experience, what was bothering them about their experience, and there were certainly issues in there that we needed to consider and to try and address. In fact, this room we're sitting in now, the Postgraduate Research Lounge, was a direct result of those initial discussions with the PGR students, because one of their big concerns was that they didn't have a space of their own to study in. So that was a surprise that was grounded in real issues. But then sometimes students surprise you by other things, by what they might say. So, for example, I can remember you saying to me fairly recently, maybe we should have a she lounge on the lounge at the university. And I know you said it to a few other people. Now, I thought that was quite an interesting comment, but a lot of people thought, wow, we couldn't possibly do that. And I don't think we should ever rule anything out of hand, because you put a challenge back to somebody else when we were having that discussion about, well, we sell alcohol, and we do. So I think sometimes you do get surprised by what sabbatical officers and students will say to you. But you should never dismiss anything. You should always keep an open mind. I'm not saying that's going to happen,
I think we hear interesting things all the time. Do you think sabbatical officers' opinions are valued throughout the university?
I think they are, because I value them. I probably would say that there's areas of the institution that probably maybe don't take the student views maybe as seriously as they could, and there's always room for improvement in how we pay attention to what students are telling us. We take a lot of feedback from students, but what we've got to do is really work harder at turning that feedback into enhancements. We won't be able to do everything students want, but when there's a real voice which is quite strong about particular issues, then we need to act on it.
Obviously, you've met loads of sabbatical officers during your time here at the university. Have you seen development in those sabbatical officers? How they changed from start from day one?
Always, all of them. I can honestly say, hand on heart, that every single sabbatical officer I've ever met has come to post with full of enthusiasm and commitment and a drive to want to change things for the better. And they all like everybody, they've all got different personalities, but the change, I think, that being a sabbatical officer has on individual people is just tremendous, you know, in terms of raising their confidence, changing the way that they view aspects of university life, because they get a broader understanding of the finances, of the issues to do with quality, you know, the challenges that are faced by senior managers, the challenges that are faced by academics. And I think working together helps us to understand our respective challenges.
Yeah, I can say that 100%, yeah. Obviously at the university, the Students' Union, we try to always maintain diversity, especially in the Student Council as well. What advice would you have for female students who might be considering being smart?
Yeah. Well, I would 100%, or to use a football term, 110%, encourage them to apply for a position as a sabbatical officer, because they will bring to the role things that probably are different to what a male student would bring.
Yeah.
And we've got different qualities, and I think often young women will come to university maybe a bit shy.
Yeah.
Their networks might not be as strong, and they've probably got a lot of things that they think would make an enhancement for all students, but maybe are a bit reticent to put themselves forward. But I think if they did, they've got so much to offer, and it would help them develop their confidence to represent all students, not just female students, but all students. And diversity always brings better solutions, because you get people offering a variety of viewpoints, so you don't end up with the same thing. Yeah. So I would really, really encourage them to apply.
That's really good. Obviously, seeing yourself in a position of leadership as well, what sort of lessons have you learned and you want to see?
I think the big lesson for me is that you've really got to not take too many knee-jerk reactions to things, and you need to really consider as many viewpoints as possible before making a decision. And there is a tendency for some people to rush to a viewpoint, or even rush to a decision on individuals. So I think you've really got to be consultative in your approach and work as a team.
Yeah.
And somebody once told me, it's quite a common phrase, isn't it? There's no I in team. So I think a team is really important.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much for your time today. We appreciate your really busy. Thank you once again. I hope this has been informative for our viewers, and please do run for the sabbatical officer positions. Nominations close on the 14th of February, so get them in early.